Hey everyone, Joey here. This is going to be a very quick video, I think, but there is an Anbernic stock operating system feature that I don't think anybody knew about. And I found a random Reddit user who posted about this, DJ San, and I'm going to post this in the description. But this is an actually game-changing feature that I have no idea why it was never told to anybody. So let's look at it right now. Actually, just quickly, I want to check the manual to make sure it isn't in here as an option. I have read these manuals before, but there are some things that they talk about that you never know exists. And yeah, no, it is definitely not in here. So I don't know how you would ever find out about this feature, but let me show it off now. Okay, so I'm going to jump into a PlayStation 1 game. I only loaded one game up. We have Final Fantasy IX on here. And I'm just into RA game, loading up Final Fantasy IX. Give it a second. And I don't know why they have this weird bezel overlay sort of scenario. But, so, let's fast forward because I want to show you. Here we are at the home screen, right? I gotta put this volume a little lower. If you push LR and R2, and you push down on the D-pad, you can load up a walkthrough from GameFAQs. You can put a text file and you can read where you are in that walkthrough and it saves it. So I'm just like, okay, here, I'm gonna pretend I'm reading it. The version history, that's where we're at in the game. We're in version history. And you're reading, you're like, okay, I know what to do now. Push menu, you head right back to Final Fantasy where you were. You can play a little bit more. When you want to go back to the guide, LR or L2, R2, down on the D-pad, and you're right back into your text file. This is one of the best features I have ever seen on a custom firmware stock operating. It doesn't matter what it is. And I had no idea it existed. I don't know if anybody else out there knows it exists. But I had to show you because it blows my mind. And I don't know how you would ever find out about this. I truly don't. And maybe I could be wrong. Maybe a lot of people know about this, but I had no idea. So let me explain how you do this and how you set it up, because it's actually very simple. It's very easy. Let me get out of this game. We'll go right back to the main screen. So what you want to do is obviously pop out the SD card and you want to throw it into your PC. And I can show you here in the App Center. And I'm going to go into the File Manager. And all you have to do is put a text file in the same directory with the same name as the game, and it'll read it. So if I'm going to go into, where is PS? PS for PSX. And you can see here, I have two files, and it might be a little bit hard to see. They both have the same name. One is a TXT file format. The other is a CHD file format, so it's the actual ROM. And as long as it has the same name, you're good. And all I did, and I'll put it up on the computer now, all I did was copy or really save the page from GameFAQs where you can get it in a text mode. And I saved it as the same name, put it onto the SD card, and now here we are. And so I did that with a few different games, and I want to test out if this works in like Nintendo 64, whatever operating. I'm curious if it works outside of RA game, but I tested out in the other RetroArch cores and it all works. So that's all you got to do. A text file, same name as the game, with your walkthrough or any other text you want to have, put it inside of the same folder and you are off to the races. So let's jump out and I'm going to try Nintendo 64 now. Okay, so here's Nintendo 64. We loaded it up through RA game once again, LR2 or L2R2 and down on the D-pad. And yeah, Ocarina of Time, there's my walkthrough. And if I push menu to go back, this one, yeah, we're right back to exactly where we were. Amazing. That's fantastic. I got to try. Okay, we got to get out of here. Let's go. If I sound excited, it's because I actually use walkthroughs for games. And I always have to put the game down, pull up my phone, go look at the phone, go back to the game. If it's all on one device, that changes things immensely. I got to try PSP, which I'm wondering if, I don't think it actually uses PPSSPP in RA game, but we'll find out in a second. Oh, it does. Okay, great. So does it work for standalone emulators? Let's try. Nope. does not seem to work for standalone emulators. So maybe RetroArch only. Let's pop out of this. Gonna try one more. We'll go into the standalone game room. We'll try something there, make sure. Seems like it might be RetroArch only, but let's try here. We're in standalone. I'm just gonna do PS1 again. We'll try that. Which standalone are we using here? Not exactly sure what they have as the default for standalone. But let's go L2, R2 and down. And no, it doesn't work. Okay, so as far as I can tell, RA game, anything to do with RetroArch, might be a RetroArch setting actually. I'm gonna have to look that up. I didn't know that was a thing. If it is, that is amazing, if so. But any of the RetroArches. So if we just jump into Pokemon Yellow, we'll do one more test here. Here, Pokemon Yellow, L2, R2, down on the D-pad. There's my Pokemon Yellow walkthrough. Probably the best thing I've ever found. I'm gonna have to go see if this is a RetroArch feature now. I had no idea. I just wanted to create this video really quickly because this was exciting to me. I don't know if it's gonna be exciting to a lot of people, but it's exciting to me. So if you want to be able to copy this, again, it's very simple. Create a text document in the same folder as your game with the same name as the game, minus the extension, of course. Paste all of the text files or a text document inside of it, or you could just save the actual page as a text file in your browser and rename it to the game name, and then you're off to the races. You're set. I don't know what else to say here. I wonder you can do in this menu. If we push some buttons. Oh, so it doesn't even have to be the same name. It'll automatically load it if it's the same name, but if I want to load up Link to the Past, Legend of Zelda, I could do that. That's cool. Okay. So it's just a document reader, although it'll automatically pull it up if it is the same name. And you can change some things here. We can make it light mode, dark mode. There's font sizes, font, shoulder key maps. You can even change that if you wanted to. Progress percentage. There's so much here. This is amazing. That's all I have for today's video. It doesn't matter how long this was, as long as you got the information. I'll write a written guide. I don't know. I'll probably put it on my website. It's very easy to do either way. Don't forget to like and sub to help the channel grow. Come join me on the Discord to talk all about retro gaming and emulation. Support me on YouTube membership if you like my stuff. And hope you all have a good one.